Yeah, I think this point that Henny just made, that market conditions will always trump proportionality, is definitely something to keep in mind. Also, we do have a panel on impact tomorrow morning, so those of you on the panel, there's a question for you already, which was raised here. So how do you measure it? So you have the night to prepare and to think about that again. I think there were some really interesting points, additional points that were mentioned, like something that's constantly underestimated is also how the institutional setup within the regulator can play a role. The ease of access to the budget, there seems to be some disagreements on that, but also the age structure, that it needs to be a diverse age range and so forth. I think that was a very interesting point as well. And then we've clearly seen that there is a lot of experience out there, and so I think Jamaica also here in this room, there are a number of other supervisors that you can also approach during the party later on and to get some more experience and then see how that translates to your market conditions. And yeah, the A2ii always stands ready to support this peer support as well. And we're always happy for everyone to send us their information. We'd love to get that. Now, before we move to the recognition or to the next session, we would like to continue with this interactive theme. And tomorrow we have 4 breakout sessions planned that will explore the trends and key challenges in regulating inclusive insurance. And rather than us deciding for you which sessions you will be faced with, we thought we'd put it out to you to see what you would like to discuss. So we've prepared a list of 8 possible topics for sessions, and you can vote on the topic or the group that you would most like to join. And so basically the 4 topics that receive the most votes will be our groups for tomorrow. And for the voting, we are going to use the online voting tool Mentimeter. So please get out your phones or laptops now. For once, you can do that during the conference. And there's the code that you need to enter, which is 743103. And we've prepared a question for you to test the technology. So let's see if it works. The question is, are you enjoying the conference? Either yes, or I'm just here for the party. There are more people than 3 in the room, so let's see. So again, the code is 743103. At the moment, it's a close tie. I have to say, I don't blame you if you take the party option either, so because I'm really looking forward to it. Okay. Anyone else? In any case, it does seem to be working. The numbers are slowly rising. And it looks like you're enjoying the conference. Fantastic. So now that we know that it's working, we can move on to the breakout sessions. So as I said, there are 8 options. And I'll explain these one by one. So please hold off from voting until you've heard the explanation, because you only get 1 vote. And otherwise, you're stuck with a group that you might not want to join later on. So the first, someone clearly didn't listen or knew already. So basically, the first one is adapting to shifting mandates. I think I have to be quicker here. So as we've heard several times, supervisors are increasingly taking on a more active role in market development. And this breakout group will discuss the benefits and also the purpose of doing so, the challenges that supervisors are faced with, and what supervisors can do to address these challenges. The second option is incentivizing formalization. This breakout group will consider what supervisors can do to incentivize and enable formalization, both in the MCCO or traditional space, as well as amongst insurtech providers. We've heard a lot about that as well this morning. Monitoring the market is the third option. So as emerging and developing country insurance markets grow, data reporting to and analysis by the supervisor is becoming increasingly important, as well as demanding. It's becoming more complicated. And this breakout group will share experience on the state and constraints faced in data collection and what supervisors can do to develop internal capabilities and use the data effectively to support supervisory objectives. Fourth, digitization and insurtech, and I see that people like that already. Technological innovation in insurance has not yet translated to large-scale affordability and access to insurance. So this breakout group will discuss emerging trends in the digital space and what supervisors can do to encourage innovation that ultimately benefits consumers. So affordable, accessible, and scalable solutions. Option 5 is bridging the protection gap in climate risk insurance. That's a close second already. And this group will discuss different solutions in climate risk insurance and what supervisors can do to enhance the offer and access to climate risk insurance. It will also identify how insurance needs to work in the context of integrated risk management approaches. Sixth is insurance for specific demographic groups. And so far the interest is not that high, but this group will discuss what supervisors can do to encourage the industry to offer products that are sensitive to the needs of different demographic groups, such as women, older persons, youth, persons with disabilities, and rural populations. SME insurance. So as all of us know, micro, small, and medium enterprises are a key engine of economic growth in almost all countries. And this breakout group will discuss the role that supervisors can play in supporting small business owners to obtain access to relevant insurance products. And then last but not least, option 8, sustainable economic development. So this breakout group will discuss why insurance is important to sustainable economic development and how supervisors can best engage with policymakers to harness the benefits of insurance in national development planning and economic policy making. So I think we have more than half of the room has voted already. So those of you who have not, please make up your minds now. So there was clearly a trendsetter with the SME insurance one. Anyone else still want to vote? Because so far, I mean, looks like we're definitely going to go with digitalization and insurtech and SME insurance. And so far, it looks like monitoring the market and bridging the protection gap in climate risk insurance. Any additional? No? Okay, fantastic. So those are the 4 groups. Thank you very much for participating. Now, we'd like to now move to a session that's very close to our hearts, because we'd like to recognize and thank our founders, supporters, and partners. And for this, I'd like to hand over to Hannah and to Peter again.
They're just behind the thing there. We'll just need to pull them out. I'll do it when we start. Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much, Anke. As Anke's just said, this is a really important session to us. In this session, we're going to recognize those individuals and organizations that have played an important role in setting up the A2ii and also supporting us over the last 10 years. It should probably be mentioned, actually, that everyone in this room, I think, just about actually deserves a prize. I think just looking around, I mean, so many of you have been instrumental in both our establishment in the first place, but also our development over the last 10 years. So to narrow it down to 3 categories, which we've done, it's been a very tough decision, or to try and narrow it to just 3 categories, and then to come up with the names and the institutions for the categories. That's also been very difficult. So if you don't get a prize, you're coming to the party tonight, and you also deserve one, just to say. So Peter and me together are going to do the awards. So maybe I hand over to Peter to announce the first one.
Thank you. I just want to add, this is a very difficult exercise, but nevertheless, it's a very interesting one. So we'll see the first group is called the founding influencers, whose passion, enthusiasm, vision, and hard work made the A2ii come to life. They sowed the seeds, sheltered it, and helped it grow. So maybe, Hannah, can you say what the award will be for those?
Yeah, we have some very carefully thought through gifts. So we have a packet of seeds for the founders who sowed the seed, should we say, in the first place. And these seeds are for Frankfurter Grünsoße. Excuse my my very bad German accent. But this is a very traditional local German sauce. And then the wine in the bag here is actually from Kloster Epperbach, which is actually, it's a monastery where a lot of the original strategy meetings about the A2ii were held. So this wine helped free the ideas which gave birth to the A2ii. We're going to sort of announce Peter's going to announce one at a time, and we'd ask people to actually come up.
And stay here for a photo at the end.
Perfect.
So let's be started with this first group, and a call for Brigitte Klein from GRZ. The next one, Tim Lyman from SIGAP. Arup Chatterjee from ADB. Henny Pasteur from Senfree. Then Yoshi Kawai, former IS and now OECD. Jonathan Dixon, at that time from the South African Financial Services Board, and then now EIS. Martina Wittmeier-Pfister, independent consultant. Greg Thorburn, the World Bank. And last but not least, Greg Churchill from the Insurance Impact Facility at the ILO. That concludes the first gallery.
We'll get there. We need short people. It took us so long to get organised in the first place. It could take a while too. Yes, I could do
So if I read this one out, and the prizes on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for our second award, we have the enablers. So these are the organizations that made it possible through providing A2ii with firm foundations. We have 3 recipients in this category. And the first is BMZ. So Natasha. Yeah, here we have some chocolates saying thank you on them. And the second is DJs, so Nick. And the third is GIZ. So I don't know. What's going on? I think we're photobombing myself.
Put on my jacket.
No. Thanks, And now the third category is our supervisors. Supervisors who have been a role model for others. The following authorities have devoted time and energy into selflessly sharing their experiences with others and making sure that others can learn from their successes and failures and don't have to reinvent the wheel. So, may I call first for Brazil? The next is Ghana. We also have Kenya. The next we have is Peru. As they couldn't be represented today, we will forward our appreciation at the next occasion. It's also for the Philippines. The same for the Philippines. And last but not least, South Africa.
And actually, we had another request from the audience. So, Klima Hoski, I'll hand over to you, and Babak, if you would like.
So, thank you very much. My name is Klima Popovski. I'm the head of the Insurance Supervision Authority from Macedonia. There is a tradition in Macedonia when you are invited in the birthday celebration, 10th anniversary, then you need to deliver some gift. Moreover, what is important that the Insurance Supervision Authority of my country also this year celebrate the 10-year anniversary, and we are the youngest insurance supervisory authority in all Europe. And also, I would like to add that the Insurance Supervision Agency it's the first supervisory authority in the region, in this part of Southeastern Europe, that started to think, to discuss and to organize the event related with the inclusive insurance, microinsurance, because the region of Southeastern Europe has the lowest penetration rate, the insurance penetration rate at Europe. And I see a lot of potential even with this line of business. So as you said in the previous discussions, that the regulation and supervision can give a lot of incentives in developing the inclusive insurance in the region. So I believe that we will follow the progress that some of the countries that made it, and I believe that this can give more potential for insurance development in our region. So I would like to deliver this gift, and I would like to ask you to open, because there is some symbol in this gift. It's a tradition, Macedonian, handmade butterfly, and the butterfly symbolizes three important things: hope, change, and life. So we hope that inclusive insurance can improve and can be a benefit for all citizens in the region. Change, we must change our mindset, because there is a stereotype view on microinsurance in the region. And third, life, we believe that in the end of the day will be for the benefit of the society. So congratulations and happy anniversary.
No, thank you very much, Klime. And I think it's inspiring supervisors like Klime that makes our job a lot easier and really helps spread the energy and the enthusiasm and the leadership I think that's needed to make inclusive insurance work. So a big thank you from our side as well. Thank you.
No, Klima and I did not coordinate, but also from where we come from, we usually give a gift for the 10-year anniversary. And as I said earlier, A2ii is a very good partner. It's been a partner for a long time. I was jokingly saying that I remember even one of the earliest executive directors of A2ii and have seen the evolution of the organization. I'm glad to see that it's out there and has become a reliable partner for us. There's also a symbolism in this. I did not coordinate, I promise, but would you mind opening this as well? And just for our North American people who are here, please do not say what this is, but it's an audience quiz. And I'm rescuing you. There's no maple leaves, there's no maple syrup, there's no Raptors NBA t-shirt, but this is a long-standing symbol of the North. It's two pieces, but the first piece is this one is the one you open. Yeah. It's kind of smaller because with a name like mine, you can't take many things, sharp objects on the plane, right? So does anyone know what this is? It's Inukshuk, which is used to be a signpost for the Aboriginal Inuit people in the north. It's basically shared by the people in the Nordic countries, primarily Canada, and used to be a signpost for just a marker. Over time, it became a symbol of friendship and hope, and it's very cross-border. So, congratulations.
Okay, the first day has gone by incredibly fast, I think at least, and we somehow managed to be on time as